All right, so we are back. Hello. I know you can't see me. You don't really need to see me though. And we have our 5 rounds done. I fixed my hole. And now we are going to do decreases. So what we need to do first is remove our stitch marker and do 2. There's 1. Put our stitch marker back. I'm trying to make this so that you guys can see it. It's not working out. I have to get my little light fixed. And then do another stitch. That's 2. And now we're going to do a decrease. And I'm going to show you how to do an invisible decrease. So right here, you can't see this. Okay, so we're going to go in the very first loop. Very first loop. Not both of them. See, there's both of them. And there's back loop. You're going to go into the front loop of the next stitch, bring it around and go through the front loop of the very next stitch. So then you have your 2 front loops, your loop from your last crochet, and you're going to draw your yarn, grab your yarn and draw it through those 2, so you have 2 on your hook, and then grab it and draw through. That is called an invisible decrease, if you can see it. So this will make our circle come in and form a ball. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then next stitch do another single crochet, and then in the next stitch, well, if I can get the yarn and stuff out of your way so you can see it. I really need to fix my phone holder, camera holder, whatever it is. Go in the front loop of the next stitch. So you have the front loop of the next stitch. And then you're going to turn it. I can't get in there. I can't get in there without looking at it, guys. All right, and then you got the next stitch. You got the front loop of the next stitch. So you have, looks like 3 loops there. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it through those 2 that you just picked up. And then grab your yarn and pull it through those 2. So there is your next invisible decrease. Now you're going to continue this all the way around. You're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease. So it's 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 1 decrease. So you're using up 4 spaces when you're doing that. I'll show you again. There's 1 single crochet. There's the next single crochet, and then a decrease. Let me try to turn this so you can actually see it. So we're going through the front loop of the next stitch, bring it back, go through the front loop of the next stitch, and now you have 3. Draw, bring through the first 2, draw, and bring through the next 2. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. So there's 1, 2. Oh yeah, my yarn keeps curling up on me. I love this chenille yarn. I haven't worked with it much lately. I've been using acrylics. 1, 2, decrease. But the chenille yarn is, the cheap chenille yarn is, this is our last round here. or our last stitch. The last 2 stitches makes 1 stitch because it's a decrease, okay? But the cheap yarn, it not bleeds, but sheds, and it also gets splits in it in the yarn. I don't have any splits now, but when I first started I had some splits, and when you have splits it looks funny on your crochet. See, like here I had a split here because I had to go back over it when I got done with that last video. All right, so our next round is going to be 1 single crochet and a decrease. So you're going to be using up 3 stitches. So our next stitch is 1 single crochet. Replace your stitch marker so you always know where your beginning stitch is. Some people put it on their end stitch, but I like using the beginning. And then the decrease. Oop, can't get in there. I can't get in there without looking at it. So I'll bring it back up here. Alright, so now you have your 2 from your next 2 stitches. Draw through the 2. You have 2 loops. Draw through the 2 loops. That's a decrease. So this one here, see, I don't know if you can see that. See how that's kind of slopes down? That's part of your last stitch. So you're going to go to the next stitch here. You do your single crochet, and then your, I'll put that down until I get done, your decrease. Maybe. Decrease. Okay. Now, pick up your yarn, draw through the 2, then draw through the 2. My yarn keeps curling up on me, see it? Alright, now single crochet and decrease. Find that next stitch, single crochet and decrease. Okay, single crochet and decrease, if you're lucky. Single crochet, and the last 2 stitches there, decrease. I have been off this camera, haven't I? I haven't been watching the camera, I've been watching my hands. Alright, so now, see, our hole is getting smaller and we're forming a ball. This is the head now. What we're going to do now is we're going to, in the kit, they're going to have eyes for you. And you're going to have to place the unicorn, okay, I'm going to pull this out so I don't lose my stitch and get rid of that hook because it's in the way. So you're going to have to figure out where you want to put your horn and your eyes, okay? Once you make your horn's probably going to go somewhat facing forward. So probably like right about here. So what you want to do is you want to put your eyes. It doesn't tell you in the kit. I looked in the kit and it didn't tell you where to place the eyes, but you want it to look, you're going to have a nose here too once you get done crocheting that. So you're going to want to put your eyes in there. Make sure they're in a good spot. So I don't have that kit. I thought I did. But let's see. I'm going to use the eyes that I have. I bought these from Temu, however you say it. I bought this kit and this kit, and I am running out of backs. So what I've been doing for eyes on any of my amigurumi is I've been making it myself. So here we go. Let's see. Let's get 2 good eyes out of here. So I'm gonna do, woof, I'm gonna do little blue eyes. What is flashing? I wonder what that flashing is. That's neat. Okay, so I'm gonna do these 2 little blue eyes in mine. Okay. Let me get a couple backs ready. And 2. All right, so I think when I do mine, I'm gonna do from where our circle started. I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put his, yeah, I think I'm gonna put his little horn there. So I'm gonna place my eyes. Where is that circle? So I'm gonna place my eyes around here. Make sure they're even. Okay, they don't look even, do they? They look even when I look at it, but not when I show you. Uh-oh, I'm losing my battery too. Okay. So, when you think you have your eyes in a good place, then go ahead and attach the backs to it. Oh, those did not look right. Let me go up one more here. How's that, better? Better. No, they look so crooked in the camera. They don't look crooked when I'm looking at them. I hear you, Nala. I know you have to go. Can you give me a minute? There we go. All right, when you think you have a good place for those, flip your work, hold on to the eyes, flip it inside out, and put your back on. Now there's a little trick that I do. These are safety eyes, but they're not really that safe because they do slip through the stitches, or sometimes the backs come off. So this is what I do to save these and to prevent choking hazard. So let me get that little thing out of the way. I have a little lighter here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to light up the end so it melts, and then I'm going to press down on that end. So now that end is bigger than the hole for the eye. So I think I see flashing, and I think somebody might have gotten pulled over out here. I'm not sure. Okay, now those are back, and you're going to turn your work back right. And then you're going to take some stuffing, and that is provided in the kit. But if you're not going by the kit and you're just following me, then you're going to take some stuffing. I got this from a pillow because I ran out of stuffing before I could do this. And you're going to stuff the head. Okay. And you want it to be firm, but you don't want to be busting. You don't want it to be busting through your crochet stitches. So you do want it to be firm though. Okay. So now it's stuffed. And I'm going to put a little bit more stuffing in here. I have to kind of spread it out because it's all worked, smashed together. Alright, so we're going to finish stuffing this. Or you can wait until after your next round and then try to stuff a little more stuffing in there. Now you want it to be firm and a little squishy. So there's his head. Alright, and then you're going to take your hook and finish up the last round. And I did not bring my needle in here with me to show you how to finish this off. And now I'm stuck. So that's the problem with the chenille yarn. Sometimes you can't pull it out. Alright, so our last round is going to be decreases all the way around. So my last one was a decrease, so I have to look for that next stitch. It's hard to see, it's all white. The outside loop of the next stitch, and then the outside loop of that next stitch. So you have your 2, draw through, 2, you have 2 left, draw through, and then replace your, I just do this so I know where I'm ending at, so I know when I get to the end of it. And you're going to do that all the way around, okay? And I'm not going to do that real close to the camera. I'm just going to get it done because my battery is dying. That's one thing about having a phone and not a camera, is you can't really count on it to do what you need it to do. Okay. And now I'm messing up. There we go. It gets a little bit smaller at the end. It's sometimes a little bit harder to work with, but and then we're to our last 2 stitches, decrease. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to leave yourself a little bit of a tail. You're going to take this, you're going to cut it, find my hoop, okay, my tail, and then you're going to draw that last loop all the way through with your tail. Remove your stitch marker. And I do not have my needle with me. I forgot to bring it out. So you're going to thread your little embroidery needle. You're going to put it through and you're going to like bring it halfway. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into the next outside loop of that stitch. So I'm going to use my crochet hook to do that and draw it through. And you're just going to do that the whole way around for the outside loop. Just keep drawing it through. And then you see how it closes up. You can just tighten that up. Just pull it and it tightens it right up. Okay, that's where I said you can add a little bit more stuffing here if you want to. So there is your unicorn head. And then we'll work on part 3. What day will we work on part 3? We are going to work, actually I'm going to draw this through a couple of times. Usually when you have this with left over with your yarn after you close your hole, you're going to take your embroidery needle still and you're going to draw it, put it through different spots in your head. And all that does is secure it. It just secures it so that it doesn't come undone on you. Okay, there you go. And there's your little head. So tomorrow or Wednesday, I will work on the body of the unicorn and maybe the legs as well, but it'll probably be in 2 parts as well, unless I can figure out how to get my camera holder fixed. All right, you guys have a blessed night. Love you. Thank you for watching.